It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Marks and Spencer's, a beer brewed by Hogsback Brewery, and it's a can of their 5-hop lager. Coming in at 4.5% ABV in a 330ml can. Without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass then. Look at that for a pour. Little bit of beer left in the bottom of the can. We'll let the beer sort itself out for a moment. We've got good levels of carbonation, an amber coloured ale, clear. Definitely not unfiltered. Well, so far anyway. I mean, we could get the last little drop of this beer in. It might turn into an unfiltered lager. Should we have a look? And that's exactly what it's turned into. A slightly unfiltered lager. Amber in colour. Let's get the aroma then. Oh, really punchy and citrusy. Oh yeah, piney, pine needle. Light, juicy, tangerine orange like aromas coming through as well. Slightly spicy, slightly peppery. It smells really good. Let's dive in. Cheers everybody. Oh yeah, lovely. A really lovely lager. You get it must be a lager yeast that they use, or the malts that they use to produce a really good, a lager malt that produces that good lager. It's got a really good mouthfeel. Nice carbonation, as you just heard. But those citrusy, lemon, tangerine notes come through massively in the flavour. Really does. Carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth, releases more of that flavour. Really is a good, refreshing, well brewed lager by Marks and Spencer, or by Hogsback Brewery and Marks and Spencer's. Lovely light, crisp malts. At 4.5% ABV, you could absolutely, I could put about 4 or 5 of them away quite easy. It's really drinkable, really lovely and drinkable. About this beer, as the name suggests, this is brewed with 5 different hops and matured for a month or more to let a full flavour and aroma develop and deepen. A perfect match for superb with Thai food, or try with classic battered fish and chips. One thing I have noticed, you've got the ingredients here: water, malted barley, carbon dioxide, hops, herb extract and yeast. What I have noticed here, that they've mentioned this a 5-hop lager. It would have been really interesting to people like myself, people who are into the different craft beers that are out there. It would have been interesting to find out what hops were in this beer. They don't mention it, they just mention the fact that there's 5 different hops in the beer. Maybe they wanted to keep it real, if you might like. Maybe they wanted to just keep it not overly confusing. That's the word I was looking for. Confusing. Maybe they wanted to keep it simple. But I think I'm doing that. They're slightly kind of alienating the people who are really into beer. If you're really into beer, you're going to see that in Marks and Spencer's. You're going to pick it up. Wow, 5-hop lager. You're going to look at the back, and you're not going to be able to see the hops. It's slightly, not misleading. Misleading is the wrong word, but we could all know what hops they are in the beer. I'm sure some of you wonderful people will know the hops in the beer. Fish and chips, yeah, I quite like fish and chips. This would go well with fish and chips. This would go well on a hot summer's day with a barbecue roaring. It really would. Have a look at the beer as I rock it back and forth. You can see that carbonation chasing the head up the glass. A nicely carbonated beer. Slight bit of lacing going on. I can really roll the beer around in the glass now and get a big aroma. It's lovely. It really is lovely. Has it surprised me? I don't think so. I think when it comes to places like Waitrose and Marks and Spencer's, you expect a certain level of quality. I expected this to be a lovely hoppy lager, to be honest. And it's nice to see Marks and Spencer's doing it, because you could produce a lager. They produce an English lager or a Belgian lager. They're alright. Smash them down, put them in the fridge, smash them down. This is for more the craft beer connoisseur, I would say. So they're catering for the craft beer connoisseur. Really interesting that they've gone down that road of producing a hoppy lager. It's a funny one, hoppy lager. It hasn't quite taken off as much as I would have thought. The first time I had one was about 2014. And it was brilliant. Loads of hops coming through. That crispness, that cleanness of a good lager. This has all of that. And I just thought this could be the next big thing, hoppy lager. But it never quite happened like that. Herbal and spicy on the back end with a nice bit of bitterness. Let's give it a rating then. Pouring the beer in the glass, it looks really good. A really good lager, slightly hazy. Getting the beer to the nose. A little bit of Belgian bubblegum going on. Spicy, peppery, hoppy, tangerine-like. Very good. And then the taste, well, just as good. Just as good. So my rating for the beer, I like it enough. I really do. I like that enough to give it a 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.